I'm talking today to Jennifer Lee. Jennifer is a UK physiotherapist and reflexologist. Hi, Jennifer. Thank you so much for letting me interview you today for Askimo TV's International Library of Interviews with Experts. Jennifer, tell me a little bit about yourself and your medical background.
Hi there, Joanne. Lovely to talk to you. I started off after training at Guy's Hospital London at the Brompton Chest Hospital, where I learnt as a respiratory physiotherapist in my training, and I went back there to work with children with asthma, and was a qualified physiotherapist, and it was this interest that started me on working with children with asthma throughout my career. And this went on through 30 years, and it was the latter part of 30 years that I realized that the ancient practice of reflexology would make a huge difference to children with asthma. So I qualified as a reflexologist, and I became a member of the Association of Reflexology in UK. And from there, I worked with children, and I did conducted three exploratory studies, the third one of which Prince Charles, the Foundation for Integrated Medicine, which was his foundation, they have part-funded me, and I received also approval from the Ethics Committee in Oxford. And the results, the children there had to continue their medication, and this was given with the support of their doctors and with the parents, and the children had to agree that they wouldn't stop their medication, and the results showed that these children, they slept better, they had wonderful relaxation from it, and the whole general health seemed to be much improved. But what was even more important was that after another year, some of the children who continued, a third of those children had their medication reduced by their doctors. And of course, this was a great big, was a real help. And so in 2005 it was that I actually created Baby Reflex.
Tell me, what is reflexology?
Well, reflexology is really a hands-on therapy, which is very, very much now accepted as a complementary therapy all over the world, but especially now in UK, where our reflexologists are very highly trained, and they are often looked at now and looked up to by medical professionals, physiotherapists, doctors, and the consultants to work with them as a part of the training, part of their work. And reflexology started, it's a hands-on therapy which includes fingertip pressure and thumb pressure on the actual reflex points that were thousands of years ago discovered by the Egyptians, the Chinese, the Greek, all the very, very civilizations, and also the Cherokee Indians. And then in America, in the the late 19th century, the 20th century, a doctor, Dr. William Fitzgerald, he actually brought into his work what he called zone therapy, which was reflexology that he had seen and understood. And it was a huge work by him and his assistant, Eunice Ingham, and tireless work by her, who made charts of all the points. And it's those charts that we actually, some of our reflexology is based on today. And I have got I don't know if it'll show up, but I have got a picture of our charts to show you the kind of what reflexology today is like. All right?
What is baby reflex?
Well, baby reflex is an exciting concept of reflexology, especially for babies and toddlers. And now we're working with older children as well. But it was created from the research by a nurse and myself who'd actually conducted the asthma research. And it was that based, the techniques are based on the ones we used in the research because we knew they were safe with children. And we also teach mothers how to do this wonderful reflexology for themselves, so that they can give their own babies this treatment. And we found that babies love it because they love touching their feet. And so I'm just showing you what we give them to practice is some of the little dolly feet. And this is the right foot, and this is the left foot. And what we teach the mothers is a type of technique that are taught by our qualified reflexologists who've learnt the course from Baby Reflex. So we have two aspects. We teach reflexologists who are qualified to give the treatment, but also to teach mothers in special groups or individually how to do this treatment. And that includes the fathers, because we believe the fathers are really, really important. And they can give only a 5-minute treatment. It's not as long as some massage treatments. This is a very short treatment to help get over niggling problems like colic and teething and problems like that. But it's also a very bonding treatment.
Why is reflexology such an effective form of treatment for babies?
Well, if you can imagine, babies love touching their feet. They will, with their hands, they will play with their feet. So anything on their feet is a bonus. And touch is so important in the first year of a baby's life. It actually now is shown to be really helpful to help the brain nerve roots to grow, especially the ones connected with the child's future relationships with family and friends. They do know that now, that if you don't touch a child very much in those first months of the child's life, that this can affect them later on. So anything the mother does and the father does to help. So we know the baby loves the feet being touched. So of course it's a very effective treatment because the babies actually put out their feet to you when you come to do the treatment.
What simple techniques can you share with us that we could do in our own homes for perhaps helping our babies with colic or reflux, teething?
Thanks, okay. Well, first of all, before you do anything, Joanne, what we teach our mothers to do is to hold the feet very, very much gently in their hands. I don't know if you can see me. I'm holding the feet in my hands, and that's just to get the baby used to you, so that the treatment isn't started by just bumping in. It's actually by holding onto the feet at the heels of the baby. But when you want it and you feel the baby is really allowing, you say, now baby, this is a reflexology treatment, because you're going to watch their baby's face. You're going to read the baby's the body language. So starting for colic, you would start with the part here by holding on to the heel first, just saying, hi there baby, I'm just tuning into you, just like we're tuning into each other. And then the point here, we would do just nice little circular movements around the area here, which is I have drawn in, which is for the colic. Now the baby loves feeling the feet, and it's not painful, but if he's got some constipation or any wind, you will find that he might sort of, his face show a different smile. He won't be smiling quite so much. He might sort of look puzzled. And you could feel in the reflexology, can sometimes feel the difference actually under their fingers. So you do this 3 times, just gentle working around on the feet. Yeah. And you would then go on to the right foot, and you would do the same thing here. You would start up at the bottom here, and you would work along, and keeping your fingers very light but firm, you would work along. And you would do that again 3 times. You say 3 because it's been found by a very interesting girl, and it's worked called the M method, that the baby says, first time I recognize that. The second time he says, here it comes again. But by the 3rd time, the baby's body is starting to process it. So 3 times is quite a good time for the mother to do it, all right? Now, with reflux is actually when the baby starts to throw up after receiving the mother's milk. And this is very upsetting for a mother, especially if she's breastfeeding, because she doesn't have any more milk left to give the baby immediately. So the baby's thrown all the milk back. So why does this happen? The reason is that the valve which controls the milk going into the stomach from the food tube called the esophagus suddenly allows the food to go back. It doesn't close properly, and so the baby's milk is brought back. Now this is very normal. Half the babies will have some sort of throwing up a lot, but it's the ones who do continue which perhaps may worry the mothers because they feel their baby's going to starve. But of course they might need extra help from the doctor. But what we find is that you can work with the baby on the reflex. So again, we would say we hold our baby's feet. Just say, I'm tuning into you, baby, all right? And then the next time, what you're going to do is on here, just here, there's a yellow cloud. It's really representing the stomach. And we just work round that little cloud very, very firmly. And then we fill in the cloud with little tiny strokes, all right? So you've done it on the left foot, and then you would do the same for the right foot. On the little cloud, you would fill in round the cloud itself. And you would do that 3 times, so we won't do it here. We are producing a film, Joanne, which should arrive any minute here in the house. It's due to arrive. We weren't going to show you, obviously, but it will be wonderful for parents to be able to see the proper film, and we've made one that especially includes the dads. All right? Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you so much for talking to me today.
Thank you, Joanne. Lovely to talk to you.